Athletic departments across Wisconsin have had to get creative to keep their programs going strong and their players safe.
Over the last decade, high school football has seen a nearly 25% drop in participation statewide, meaning more than 7,600 fewer students are playing the game.
Danica Lewis has more from 2 schools that have had to change how they play the game just to keep it going.
Anytime you're trying to run a football program and you're only getting 20-some kids out for football, you're not going to be able to sustain that program. Ready, go!
It's safe to say Cory Milz has seen some hard hits in his coaching career.
Ready, go!
He's had to draft up countless strategies to stay ahead.
Give everybody a ball. We got enough footballs?
And the same goes for making sure there are enough players to defend Blackhawks state title.
School enrollments at both schools have drastically kind of fallen in the last decade as farm families kind of retire. Young members of those families don't go into the farming business.
But they do go out for football. In fact, 4 of every 5 boys at Blackhawk High School play. But watching Wisconsin experience a 25% drop in the number of football players, Coach Milz knew the Warriors had to adapt.
So obviously things you can't control are a part of that. So parent buy-in, community support.
The hardest sell.
That state line is like a wall.
Connecting teammates, parents, communities across the border. Pairing up with Warren, Illinois to field a full program.
It's a mixed bag. You know, you can imagine. Some are really supportive because they understand the big picture.
The big picture of maintaining a JV squad where younger players aren't getting hurt and building a foundation for future football at both schools.
Just the community support and the ability to keep our young kids dreaming, right, and wanting to be a part of it someday. There you go. 16 counter gut gap.
The co-op means players are traveling back and forth 11 miles or so for every practice. But Milz says it's better than the alternative.
We had to go door to door recruiting guys.
Hustle, 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 hustle. There we go, there we go.
Sustaining the Braves of Belmont has meant some adjustments for Coach Brandon Weiss as well.
Sprint, 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 sprint.
He looked into a co-op.
We wanted to maintain our pride and we wanted to maintain black and orange and go forward as Belmont.
So Weiss opted for another route, cutting back to 8-man ball.
Job him.
That means traveling about 3 hours to get to one of their away games this year.
It was something new, and people don't always know what new looks like, and I was one of those. 2 years ago, it was something new to me.
New, but also becoming more and more common. 8-player programs have more than doubled here in Wisconsin over the past 5 years.
Give them a chance to be successful and to represent their school and give it their all. Every week, it's something that's priceless, in my opinion.
With the reality of rosters and teams feeling the impact.
Sprint, sprint, sprint. All the way, all the way.
Yeah, it might matter if you win or lose.
Blue, fake 20, post pit.
But at least they get to play the game.
Blue, 34.
Danica Lewis, News 3 Now.
Football is far from the only sport dealing with less participation at the high school level.
Stats show over the last decade, registration for boys sports dropped more than 11% across Wisconsin, and girls programs saw nearly 8% fewer players over that time. We have more on that data. You can find it at channel3000.com.